I wish this wasn't our fate.
The price of zombie takeout is high.
Hello, and welcome to episode 553 of Zombie Takeout,
Zombie takeout.
VP Movie and Cult Movie Podcast. I'm John.
Hello, I'm Scotto.
And before we get to this week's movie, just a quick announcement. I have been having issues repeatedly with archive.org where I have been for years hosting the shows. So I'm not going to do it anymore. As of the last episode, everything's just going to go to YouTube. I did that with the Fireside Shadow review. That's where I had issues with archive the last time. I found another random site to host the audio on. I didn't really trust it, so I quickly mocked up a YouTube version on release day, posted it. And then I decided that I'm just going to use YouTube from now on. It'll still be embedded in the blog at johnscott.wordpress.com. And by the time this episode goes out, there will be a link to the YouTube channel on our socials on Facebook and Blue Sky, so you can sub that if you wish. It'll just make life a little easier. We won't be on Spot for me anyway. We won't be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts anymore. But honestly, I think YouTube's easier.
Yeah,
As a subscriber, I just think it's easier because you don't have to download or anything. It's right there.
that makes sense.
Couple more things. Stuart Ashen, who made the Polybius Heist that we reviewed a couple months ago, has made another film during the latest Advent Calendar series that he does with Dan Hardcastle, who played Cubed slash
Right.
Cyberops in the movie. He mentioned that they made a film this year. I looked it up and found the Kickstarter. It's called Turn Back, a Folk Horror Told in Reverse. Yes, it's told in reverse like Memento. He even mentions Memento in the Kickstarter video. Um, they,
So wait a minute. A horror in reverse.
mhm.
Like everybody, you see everyone get killed in the beginning, and then at the
I,
end, everything is normal and happy.
I don't know. I'm very curious about it because
That's kind of hilarious, actually.
a lot of people in the wake of Memento attempted to pull off that format.
I mean, isn't it just Harold Pinter's,
Well, fair,
the
fair.
betrayal?
Yeah, true. That's where Memento is. Where I forget who did Memento, but that's where they got it from.
It's what's his name? The guy that did Oppenheimer and stuff. Nolan.
Was it Nolan who did Memento?
I thought it was Nolan.
Okay, I wasn't
Now,
sure.
now that I said that, I have to
Um,
look it up, don't I?
uh, as you do that, I'll say they completed shooting last month, and Ashton said it'll take 9 to 12 months to edit, which it sounds about right for that kind of movie.
And
And
yeah, it is
then
Christopher Nolan.
it was Nolan. Okay, I should know that. Then again, I kind of fell off Nolan. I was a huge fan after Inception, but yeah, I have yet to have the stamina to sit through Interstellar and well, we talked about Tenet.
I've yet to sit through Oppenheimer. It's just feels like homework or something.
uh, um, and then it's going to be another 6 months on the festival circuit before it's available to the general public.
But yeah, it'll be good to see something else
Oh
from
yeah,
him.
and I'm sure it'll have some comedic elements.
I have to go see his first one still,
Yeah,
actually.
I think that's on Tubi as well. I'm not sure.
Probably.
It's
All right.
probably it's available somewhere online. I'm sure for free. Um, Also, just before recording, we decided we were going to talk about Stranger Things, even though this isn't the TV show. Um,
Well, I mean, these are movies that they're putting
yeah,
out. Let's be
effectively. And
honest.
the last episode is literally going to be a movie. Um, are you aware of the Broadway play? I should say
There's
West
a
End slash Broadway, the stage play.
there's a Stranger Things play. You know what? I think I have seen some ads for something like, I
They
wasn't really sure what they're doing.
the Duffer Brothers have said that it is canon. It will impact the plot of this season, and it already has. I would recommend reading the Wikipedia summary. There are bootlegged copies on YouTube, but it's a 2.5 hour play. I don't know if you want to sit through that.
Honestly, I would not be mad if they went Strange New Worlds and did a musical episode.
I don't think it's a musical though. I haven't sat through the whole thing. I tried it. I got about 10 minutes in. It's even worse sitting through a bootleg of a play than it is a movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, a play you're supposed to be there for.
Well,
It's
and it's harder to capture everything on a stage than it is a screen.
mm,
I will just give a quick synopsis of the important bits. So it actually entirely deals with Henry Curl's backstory.
oh, okay.
Turns out he got his powers. Well, no, I'll roll back before then. Starts in 1943 when, in an attempt to make a naval ship invisible, they send it to Dimension X,
Oh,
which is where Levin banished Henry.
okay.
Everyone except the captain was killed by Demogorgons. They bring the ship back with the captain. Turns out the captain was Brenner's father.
Okay.
He tells his son about what happened. Brenner becomes obsessed with this experiment, goes to work with a new version of it. And there's a little bit of a difference in the storyline. From what I understand, the UK version, the West End version, and the Broadway version are different in plot points a little bit. I'll pick one. Someone working on that experiment turned out to be a Russian spy. They stole some equipment, hid it in a cave, and this was in Nevada. Young Henry, very young Henry, goes exploring in that cave, and him and the Russian spy both get sent to Dimension X. The Russian
Wow, so
spy
that's
is killed. Henry is there for 12 hours, comes back with these psychic powers and different blood, and basically he was possessed by the Mind Flayer. Turns out the Mind Flayer is actually the big bad. They were right the first time.
yeah.
Dustin was right in season 3, I think it was, when he said it was the last season, because back then he didn't show up the last season. In fact,
Yeah.
it is the 5-star general. The Mind Flayer is the real big bad. So that's why he. Full spoilers on the new season if you haven't seen it.
So that's the cave that
Yeah, that's why
they're
Vecna
in
couldn't go in
towards
the
the end.
cave.
All right, all right.
And so like I said, it's already affecting the plot. I kind of suspected Will would have powers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it made sense. They set it up from the beginning of
Yeah.
this,
When you saw
sequence
him
of
being force
episodes.
fed the mind flayer particles, I'd already read about the play. So, like, yeah, obviously that's what happened to young Henry. He's going to have powers. Here is my pure speculation.
It's also what happened to 11.
Yeah, well,
They had to give 11 some of that, the
well, yeah,
blood too.
I'm not sure exactly how they've never really established how they turned the kids into
Mm.
little versions of Henry. I think Vecna's going to pull a Darth Vader
Yeah, that makes sense.
and go up against the Mind Flayer.
It might even be like a shot for shot thing of him throwing, physically throwing the mind flare
This
off
big
something.
cloud of energy, maybe. Yeah, I mean, possibly. Um, I think the kids he abducted are going to be his army. He's turning them all into what he turned Will into.
Well, yeah, definitely. That's his game. But of course, they're going to turn on him.
Yeah. And on to this week's movie, which is from 2022, Galaxy Warriors. Of course, that brings us to the impromptu plot summary, sponsored by the Prison Planet. Come for unruly behavior, stay for the fight zone.
And also brought to you by the Prison Planet. Hopefully, they named it that after they made it a prison.
Mm.
All right, so we have the intrepid bounty hunter and her sidekick. Uh, they are in battle with one of their marks, and she winds up easily beaming him aboard into the brig, and collecting her bounty. But while doing this, she discovers that there's trouble with her sister, who she was trying to just keep out of harm's way, and you know kept her had just a regular waitressing job on some planet. But for some reason, she got arrested and taken to a prison planet. Now, she's not, of course, aware of what exactly happened. So she goes to the planet Bar Barbara
Mhm.
Barbara, which is I think near the Hannah system, right?
I was just gonna say that.
And well, what happened is she meets somebody on the ground who pretty much uh, acts as an informant, only they pretty much reveal that, in some movies would have had this as a big reveal, like, hey, this informant's the guy that did it in the first place. But
Mhm.
they're pretty upfront that he uh, he got her sister arrested. They know each other too, so maybe he figured out that she was her sister and it was his way of getting back at her.
Uh,
Um, but gets paid for giving the information of the thing he did. He just somehow kept it out that he did it.
mm.
So yeah, he alerted the cops to her, got her arrested, and then they took her off to this prison planet. And then when our bounty hunter um, Demeter, who I really thought at first was Dina Meyer from Starship Troopers,
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, this is gonna be pretty. No.
Mhm.
Um, when she arrives and pays him money and yeah, he leaves that out and he pretty much just goes off on his merry way. Well, Demeter's big plan is to get arrested and taken to the prison planet with her sidekick to figure out what's going on and then uh, escape from the planet. Which that's that's ambitious.
Yeah.
That's relying on
Hmm.
a lot of good fortune to have happen. Um, so she gets to the prison. They they almost do the tropes of the women in prison movie, but kind of don't.
They steer clear of the more purient ones.
Yeah. I was kind of like, wait, what? Is this like, are we really gonna watch the pizza delivery guy just deliver the pizza and take his tip and then leave? And the plumber talks about what
uh,
kind of pipe he's gonna
yeah.
use and then what wrench and then, fixes the leak and then walk. Yeah, that is what happens here. All right, all right.
I kind
So
of like that they didn't go there.
it's weird. It's a weird thing to not go there, honestly.
It was an interesting creative choice.
My guess it's a monetary choice
Yes, yes.
because you have to pay a lot more money
Uh-huh.
than what they probably had to pay. So
Mhm.
I get it. I, I don't like it, but I understand.
Honestly, in most cases, I was fine with it.
And then so let's see. They of course they have some blood sport going on here where the warden is selling viewing rights to a battle. Um, they have well, they took some things from the prisoner, the floating ball, they've got some strange creature. More on that later. And
Mhm.
but of course they run into the sister and they make their daring escape and hilarity ensues.
This movie commits to the bit so beautifully. And the bit is that it is a remake, not a remake, but a very, very faithful homage to cheesy early 80s sci fi movies.
Oh yeah. I saw Adam Goldberg was in the credits,
Oh,
but I
really?
didn't see him. He's not
Huh.
listed in Wikipedia, and I'm assuming it is the same Adam Goldberg as in The Goldbergs,
Hmm.
which was, of course, all about, a kid
Right.
and his love of movies.
That opening theme, very, very 80s, reminded me of Stranger Things slash Black Rainbow, which is why I can never
Yeah.
listen to the theme of Stranger Things. It reminds me too much of Black Rainbow. Um, but yeah, the sets, the costumes, the effects, everything just perfectly faithful. Um, I love that Krell's ship went through the portal without him.
Yeah.
That was just a very nice
They,
touch.
they beam him just as he's getting ready to hit warp, and so his ship goes. without him.
Mm. And the guards who brought Artemis in, the sister, were wearing the same masks that we all bought about 5 years ago.
I mean, hey, I still mask up when I'm going on the train and
Same,
stuff, man.
same.
I'm not going into the mosh pit on
Right. Every time I have to deal with someone who doesn't live here, which is only me, I have a mask on. So yeah, I understand that. But they were those style of masks. I just got a kick out of it. Um,
yes.
the actor playing Sonic's the old guy who told them what happened with his sister. Great scenery chewing there.
And such strange makeup. Like he's
Hmm.
like a Dr. Seuss character.
Or like Robotnik, I think is in Sonic the Hedgehog. He looks kind of like that.
Okay. All right.
Um,
But yeah, they got the 80s down to like,
mhm.
even the color
Yeah,
scheme, prison uniforms and the
and it's not just 80s. It's B grade, no budget 80s. I love
yeah.
that you could see the seams in the lizard man masks.
Or how about the Therans,
Oh, the pharaohs, the dog men on the prison planet.
the
It was
Mogs.
just a guy in a loincloth and dog makeup.
Yeah.
And I
I
don't
mean
mean like prosthetics. I mean I think there was a little bit of prosthetic, but it was mostly just
yeah.
painted on makeup.
He
Um,
had like the nose mask.
yeah,
So it was literally John Candy in
yeah. Uh-huh.
Spaceballs.
I didn't expect the warden Enyo to stop Demeter when she started fighting the guards. That caught me off guard. I thought it would be a bigger fight scene. Um,
Yeah.
I loved Vesta, the sidekick, saying, "Did he just say penal after the penal service line?" Also, every shot of the building on the prison planet cracked me the hell up because it's just obvious green clay with this face carved into it.
It it's somebody's He-Man Grayskull toy
Yeah,
that they either painted or put clay over.
I think they probably put clay over it because it didn't look like anything molded, like made in a factory. It looked like they just made the thing out of clay. But yeah, it's a
Like
Grayskull
that
style.
is definitely the Castle
Yeah.
Grayskull,
Um,
or at least the toy of it that so many kids had. I didn't, but so many kids had that.
mm, hilarious fight choreography in the fight zone. And I'm glad they kind of acknowledged the mythological names, though not really.
Kind of, yeah.
With
They
Artemis,
were
anyway.
passing references
Yeah.
to it, trying to instill some sort of other religion going on here. The
Right.
mothers of
And two
whatever they
moons,
kept
Mother of
saying,
the Two Moons or
mothers of two
something.
moons. Which, I mean, if you're in space and multi-planetary, like, which two moons?
Mhm. And Vesta and Eris, the woman she runs into when she gets locked up, look a lot alike. I had to check to see if they were mother and daughter. They're not.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
although I will say that at first, when Vesta tried to save the Pharaoh and got locked up, I thought it was part of the plan.
right. Instead, it was just her just doing something stupid.
Yeah. I don't know why she gave Eris her gun.
I That was weird too. I don't understand why. It
Eris
was
is
just
Eris is the former warden that
yeah.
Enyo locked up. But yeah, when they parted company, she gave Eris her gun. I don't know why.
Even though they still needed to get out.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing her character was that she just does the wrong thing,
Yeah.
no matter what. Like if there's one thing to do, she's not gonna do it. Or if there's one thing she shouldn't do, she's going to do that.
Right. And the thing that bought it a brain, the contingency plan.
The contingency plan,
This very, very Ray Harryhausen monster that they had to fight.
oh, the Clash of the Titans.
Like full on fucking claymation. It was probably CG, but they did a beautiful job of copying claymation.
Was that the where they were like the line where they just said like, "Oh crap."
Yeah. And I was really surprised when Ennio shot Rex, her sidekick, with less than 5 minutes in the movie.
What's up?
When Ennio, the warden, shot Rex on the ship when they were getting
Oh,
away with the sister, with like 5 minutes left in the movie, that kind of wrinkle seems like it should have happened with like 15 minutes left.
right. It really, and the move didn't even make any sense because
No.
it's like she's got no one else. It's just her
Yeah.
out there in the ship. He's the only her only friend.
And of course, we get Chekhov's transporter at the end.
Yeah. Anytime they use it, you're kind of like, why didn't they just do that sooner?
Ha! Yeah. No sequels or remakes. It's there's a touch of an I Smell sequel, but I think that was just to put a button on it. I don't think they're really trying to make a sequel.
No, I mean a prequel would be different. Like what
Yeah.
happened to I forgot what they were called. They there was something that happened and she was like, don't mention,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of a macho grande sort
Right.
of thing.
Right. And it is effectively a remake, so no need for that.
This was by Brett Kelly,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah, who I believe is most famous for being the kid in Bad Santa.
Oh wow. I checked some of the cast's IMDb's. The few who had done work previously, it was all B movies.
Yeah, there's very few pictures
Yeah.
of the cast members on IMDb. There's like three out of the 21 people
Uh,
have have pictures, which means, I mean, who knows where they're from? I wanted to know about them, like where
yeah.
some of them were from,
A lot of
stuff.
them had only done this. There's another B movie. I gotta look up the name. It doesn't. It's eluding me right now. But the actress who played Demeter and the actress who played Enyo were both in another film before this.
Yeah, Christine Ems. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Uh,
Um, I think she was in. Oh, it's the Brett Kelly movie. She's
okay.
just been done Brett Kelly
Uh,
movies.
that one. There's one that they're both in. It might be worth looking at.
Yeah,
On the brains.
on the brains.
It was at a 4 just because they were so faithful, and then the contingency plan happened and is a 5 for me.
I was kind of on the fence throughout most of it. It's got its moments. I'm gonna go 3.5.
And what have you learned?
There's no I in team, but there is a T in Danae, but not in this Women in Prison movie.
And I learned that unruly is as unruly does. And that's it for Galaxy Wars. Until next time, when we'll be reviewing a Christmas horror story, as well as revealing our best of the year lists. There's actually not going to be, this might be a first, no worst of the year list on Zombie Takeout.
Wow. All right.
My lowest was a 3. Your lowest was a 2. I mean, maybe you might want to
Wow.
do a dishonorable mention, but it's not enough for a list.
It isn't really. That's very strange.
Yeah,
Were we just in that good of a mood this year?
I
I don't know.
guess.
Or we
A
just done quality work? I don't know.
little bit of both. I think cutting it in half helped.
Yeah, maybe.
Until then, of course, always remember to forget wherever you go in life,
There
there
you
you
are.
are.